Beatriz. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to take a second to pull up a relevant window on my computer so that I can be able to follow along with what's happening in the chat. How are you this morning, Beatriz? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I have a bit of a stomach ache, if I'm being honest. It's going to be all right. I feel a little bit guilty for being late. Hopefully, everyone's going to forgive me just fine. One more second. Miss Marvel, good one. Yeah, it's gotta be comic book Miss Marvel though. Oh, I'm so excited about this already. You guys, I apologize. I appreciate your patience. I'll let you look at this image for a second while I just get up and operational. I'm having a bit of computer woes this morning, but I want to be able to be sure I see all of your chats as we go through this. So that means making sure I have a functional monitor going. Switch account. Okay, let's see. Looks like I have chat window available now. Hi, Beatriz. Hi, Fireboy. Hi, Denarid and Dilipo. Welcome, everyone. Let's get a useful situation going here. I'm so excited to be doing a YouTube Live where I'm not also trying to do a TikTok Live at the same time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is clear off a little bit of space on my desk. Maybe should have done that before starting the stream, but you know, here we are. And I have 7 people watching. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Anyman, I don't know Anyman. Interesting. You're already giving me things I've never heard of. Okay, let's get into it. To put this one away and go for the very first request I saw on this stream was Loki. So let's do that. You're gonna have to forgive me a little bit of technical challenges. It's different working in this way. Okay, so what I see when I'm looking at classic Loki is these are the very first lines of the drawing. Like that. And it's kind of wild because these first lines are going to determine kind of the scale of the whole rest of the picture. You're here for it. You 11-8 folks are here for it, and I could not be more appreciative of you. I've done YouTube streams where 8 was as high as it ever got for the whole time, so it's pretty awesome that from the start, before I even started drawing, you guys are here. I really appreciate it, sincerely. Okay. I think it's kind of fitting that we start with Loki, actually. Loki was the first real big villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The first kind of ongoing villain, you know, carried across from movie to movie. And I think Loki wasn't Loki on the very first cover of the very first Avengers comic? I think that he was. So I think he's a great first request. And I appreciate you for making the request, Beatrice. Appreciate y'all for being here. It's pretty awesome to have you. And this is going to be a long live stream. I don't know how long it's going to go really, but I don't have anything I must do today until my dentist appointment at 4 p.m. So I'm in it for the long haul in terms of getting this whole page filled with characters. Okay. Since there's so few folks here, I'm just going to go from the top and say, hey, dinner at, thanks for sharing the vibes. Let's go for Miss Marvel. Wait, Miss Marvel? Miss Marvel, like, she's the show, right? Oh, I was thinking Captain Marvel, but Miss Marvel, hell yeah. Let's go for Miss Marvel comic book. Kamala, is she Kamala or is she Kamala? You can't answer me because I can't get pronunciation from. Well, that's pretty cool way to start too, to be honest with you. Oops. No feedback, please. So, here we go. Start with her bangs. Her iconic bangs. I like that this is we kind of get like the original MCU villain and kind of the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe anyway, heroine. How's everybody doing today? Good start to your day so far? Mine's been good so far. Woke up very tired, but invigorated by the idea of doing this stream, so happy to be here with you. All right. I love this. I think this is a great start to have Loki and Miss Marvel as our kickoff characters. I'm thinking about I really want to build up this YouTube channel. Like I want it more than almost anything right now. And I'm thinking about how to build out challenges for myself so that I can actually do that. And I thought this was a great first big challenge is fill a whole page with Marvel characters. Number one, everyone loves Marvel, including me. And number two, it just fits a good theme, I think. Okay. When there's so few characters in the picture, I think I can kind of tend to pick on myself a little bit about are they good enough? And there's in here that that you don't notice any one character. You know, right now I'm comparing the head size between Miss Marvel and Loki and thinking that Loki looks a little bit small. But as I go on, we won't notice it. It'll be okay. Okay, I might come back and work on her hair a little bit more, but I'm gonna keep going and get a third character in here if I can. And let's see, I'm gonna go for, okay, I'll just keep going down the line. Spider-Man, yeah, I mean, he fits the theme, right? He is kind of the most iconic and recognizable Marvel character by a lot. And I'd say right in the middle between Loki and Miss Marvel is a great place for Spider-Man to go, actually. You're going to have to draw Spider-Man eventually. In a way, I would have been okay with building up to Spider-Man, but, you know, he got the request. I'm only here because of the live viewers, so you got to do what you're asked to do. Okay, we got a Spider-Man in there. Let's see. After Spider-Man, I see a request for, let's see, go down to, is Any Man a, I don't know about. Oh, you want Ant-Man. Ha 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 ha, that's funny. Okay, yeah, Ant-Man comic class. Every time I'm looking up one of these characters, I'm typing in comic classic. Because I always kind of want to defer to like what the original depiction of the character was. Maybe should have drawn Ant-Man smaller, but it's okay. Technically, I think this is a Hank Pym Ant-Man drawing from the old comic source material. So okay. Ant-Man, Captain America, Moon Knight. Hi, Liz WG. Hi, Jason. Hi, Adam Heb. Nice to have you here. Yeah, let's go for Black Panther. Just so you know, what we're looking at here is a page that's about this big. So we're only just getting started. And that's why I have to push past any concerns I have about whether or not this looks good enough in any individual character capacity, because well, it's just a waste of time for me to worry about does this little detail look any good, because at the end, no one's going to be paying super close attention to any individual detail. One thing that's great about doing these big, busy pictures is you wind up with a picture that overwhelms any sense of any individual detail being really the focus. Black Panther. I will break one of my cardinal rules and use a bunch of black to fill him in because I feel like it's fairly crucial to his character design. Decided to use a bunch of black on Miss Marvel's hair anyway. Excited to watch the second episode of Miss Marvel tonight if we have time. We keep up on Disney Plus stuff over here at our house, but we don't always have time to watch it the day it's released. It's nice when we do. If you'll forgive me 1 second, I'm going to post a quick story to TikTok. Here's the very beginning of the drawing. I'm going to fill up this whole page. We're doing it live on YouTube. Come on over. Okay, posted that to the YouTube or to the TikTok story. I think it should work. Great. And the next request, I'm going to go down to the bottom of the list now. Ooh, Silver Surfer from Adam Hebb. Let's go for Silver Surfer. I should probably really keep drawing wide ways. Silver Surfer is a hard one to get right. Finding the right amount of lines to really indicate his reflective nature is quite difficult. And you know, you do the wrong kind of reflection, you could possibly make him look like Mr. Knight or something. Silver is a hard thing to get right in drawing, especially when you only have black lines to work with. That's not too bad though. I'll accept that as a Silver Surfer. You have to be careful too to not do too much, to not overwork it, you know. Okay, I saw Silver Surfer. Let's see. I see Captain America. Let's go for Captain America. What do you think? Can we get some female character requests? Okay, Captain America. His ears stick out of his helmet in the comics? They do. How interesting. I never really noticed that before. Okay, there's your Captain America. Let's see some new. Ooh, Domino. There you go. Howard the Duck, nice. The Wasp. Uh, let's go for Domino. I'm kind of excited about that. Let's see, what is the quintessential version of Domino? I think to me that X-Force headgear is pretty iconic, actually. Let's go for X-Force Domino. Because we're gonna wind up with all the classic characters, right? Like it's inescapable that you're gonna get the Captain Americas, the Hulks, the Doctor Dooms inevitably in a drawing like this. But like Domino is a character who may not otherwise show up, so I'm jumping on the Domino train. I might only get one shot to draw Domino. And actually, now I'm really hoping I don't screw it up. Doctor Strange, good one, Beatriz. Is it Beatriz? Am I saying that right? Ooh, Fireboy retracted a message. What was it though, Fireboy? It was Blade. Someone has a lot of hair. I'm trying to figure out how to get her hair under control for this depiction. I think I will kind of leave it alone after filling in this little section because I don't want to overrun whoever's next to her. I'll call that Domino for now though. She's kind of large, but that's mostly because of her hair. And over time it'll be all right. Like now, that I've got a little bit further, I can fill in some information about Spider-Man's torso here. And Ant-Man, I think I can do the same. Over time, we'll fill in more and more of these characters' bodies as we know that they're not going to bump into anybody else. Okay, looking pretty good. Hey, 9th viewer, how you doing? Somebody else is here now. I got your name right, Beatriz. That's good. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Who have I not? I don't think I've done anything. Let's see. I don't think I've drawn anything. Have I drawn anything for Austin Baxter? I don't think I've drawn any of Austin Baxter's requests yet. What do you want the most, Austin Baxter? Tell me your most requested character. And Jason, I got Captain America for. Oh, hey, Justice McNeil is here. Hi, Justice McNeil. Loki is Justice's favorite. I didn't know that. Dipple on how I wanted Spider-Man. Okay, Jason, I got Captain America. Fireboy. Have I gotten anything for Fireboy? Fireboy, I did Miss Marvel. Okay, cool. I'm covering all y'all. Yeah, Parker Gaming. Let's go Doc Ock. While Austin Baxter tells us his single most requested, like Austin. Is it? It's Human Torch. Okay, cool. All right, I'll do Doc Ock and then I'll do Human Torch. Dr. Otto Octavius. We'll draw Doc Ock up here. Start with his classic glasses. I just thought Doc Ock and Mole Man seems to share a similar aesthetic vibe. Sort of a very short, square face. This Doc may have too square and short of a face, but makes me think of the little fashion lady in The Incredibles. You know what I'm talking about? It's a very 1960s look, the Doc Ock style. Bowl cut, big glasses. Wanda Maximoff, one of my favorites. That's one of the things I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is it's opened me up to characters like Loki and Wanda that I was aware of in the comic, but that I didn't in the comics, but I didn't necessarily really care about. Now I'm like, dude, Wanda Maximoff is awesome. And just for the sake of being really clear who it is, we'll have a claw, one of his tentacles coming out from behind him, like so. Black Panther gets his shoulders. Doc Ock gets his shoulders. He doesn't look very menacing, though, does he? He looks kind of uncomfortable. That's okay. By and by, this is all going to fade into the details of a much larger drawing because we are half an hour in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters drawn. Good Lord, we got a ways to go, guys. If you haven't liked this video, consider doing that now. Clicking that little thumb up thing. I think it helps people see what we're doing. I do believe it actually makes a difference. Blade, if any of you have friends you would like to invite, please do that. Send them a message. Take a second. Okay, Austin Baxter said Human Torch, but then he said Dagger. Let's go for Dagger. Dagger is the female of Cloak and Dagger, right? Okay, this will be interesting because what makes Dagger distinct? Most of the depictions of Dagger are of Cloak and Dagger. Okay, there we go. Dagger looks a lot like my wife. At least in this one depiction. I'm saving that image. That is kind of uncanny. Okay, she's basically a beautiful woman with a circle around her eye. Fair. Okay, let's fit her in over here. Okay, and then once I have that eye drawn, then the next thing I want to do is come around like that. I feel like this will be you guys will know it's Dagger, even if you didn't know who Dagger was before I drew her. And I have to assume that there will be other big Marvel fans who are able to tell who she is. Because I don't know. If I saw this character in a drawing, I think I might actually assume she was Dazzler before I thought of Dagger. And then a little bit more detail in that hair. Nice one, Austin. Thanks for the request. Okay, there is Dagger. Nice. Good. It's good to be a superhero nerd. Just a quick thank you to everyone. Okay, let's see. What do we got now? Hi, Tracy Pete. Welcome. Chaos King. Ooh, I don't even know Chaos King. Let's look at Chaos King. Yeah, see, this is what I'm excited about, is when we start to get into the whoa, okay. Chaos King. Chaos King comic. Whoa. Awesome. That's very creepy. Yeah. Happy to draw Chaos King, especially because I think I can pull this off pretty quickly. Because he is just a lot of teeth, isn't he? Not just a lot of teeth, but, you know, a lot of teeth. Austin Baxter, my comic book nerd friend. Did you know about Chaos King? Are you up on this? Sorry, not comic books. You said superhero nerd. There's sort of a venomliness to this Chaos King character. Oh yeah, Stan Lee's definitely going on this picture. That's for sure, Liz. Thanks for those likes. I appreciate that. I have to assume that likes do the same thing here that they do on TikTok, which is help other people see the stream. I think having an active chat does too. So it's appreciated, all of your comments. Okay, there's your Chaos King, and let's see. Green Goblin. Who have I not? Is there anyone I haven't drawn anything for? Maybe I haven't drawn anything for Liz WG. Maybe it's time for Stan Lee to make his appearance here. Let's get Stan Lee in the mix. Okay, where do I think he's gonna go? Let's get him above Spidey. Y'all know I met Stan Lee once. It's like one of the greatest moments of my nerdy life. I was at Comic-Con in 2012, and I was walking through I'd snuck into a hotel pool, and I was walking back through the hotel lobby to get out of the hotel, and I just happened to see him, and I walked up to him and told him he was amazing, and I got to just stand with him for a second and say thank you, and tell him how awesome I thought he was, and it was I can't believe it actually happened in my life. I still can't. I have photographic proof too. He allowed me to take a photo with him. It was a big deal for me. Stan Lee, not an easy one to draw. It's a little bit harder to get the real folks. Also, you know, I don't feel so bad if I screw up Domino. Stan, I'm like, would really like to get him just right. I made him a little bit wide. That's okay. He'll be all right. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit for you. A frost giant. That's pretty good. Is there a definitive look for the frost giants? I'm trying to see. Oh wow, they're kind of like, they kind of have a Viking look. I want to know what their classic comic book look is. Chaotic cartoonist, can you point me to what you think of as being the definitive frost giant? It seems like they're kind of blue people who have all different headwear. If there was like a singular definitive image of them, that's what I would want to use for a reference. Hi, Black Cat 666. Yeah, let's do Deadpool. funny. I'm an action figure collector, mostly because I want to be able to do stuff. I want to be able to have a lineup like this. This totally resembles my action figure collection. I've got a pretty deep Marvel collection inside of those action figures. And it's funny because as an artist, you can just do this yourself. So I'm not sure why I'm actually collecting those action figures when I can make my own perfect collection anytime I want. It's like one of the great joys of being an artist. Wiccan. Oh, thanks, Black Cat. That's nice. Hey, Black Cat, is there any character you'd like to see me draw? How about I draw the Black Cat from Spidey Comics? If you have a different request, get it in now, but I will draw, otherwise I will just draw the Black Cat in your honor as thanks for your being here. Nice. How many Funko Pops do you have, Austin? I never bought a single Funko Pop because I knew if I started, it would be a, yeah, thanks, Chaotic Cartoonist. Excelsior to you too. My younger sister either collects or collected Funko Pops. I never did. It's nice having a sister who's nerdy like you because she can collect the things that you don't have the ability to collect or the patience. Multiple collectors in the same family. Good thing. Okay, this Black Cat has a long jaw. Let's see if I can bring it around a little bit there. It's one of those things. I try not to be too, I say this in my art classes a lot. Don't be too judgmental of your work until it's done. You can judge it when it's over, but you have to just keep going. And the truth is that if you judge it before you're done, you're probably gonna stop yourself from being able to keep going. You know, how many times have I stopped a drawing because I decided I didn't like it when, you know, it wasn't really far enough for me to make that judgment yet. Criticism is only useful after the fact. During the process, it mostly just gets in the way. Is there anyone in the chat who has not had anything drawn yet? I want to appreciate you all for being here. So I want to make sure that I do something for everyone if I can. And there's few enough in the chat right now, few enough of you watching, that I actually stand a decent chance of being able to do that. Black Cat looks huge, doesn't she? That's okay. I almost drew a frost giant for you, and I'm still willing to draw a frost giant for you, Mr. Chaotic Cartoonist. But the ones from the movie. I'm looking for a comic book one though, because the movie translations are a little bit tough. You know, so like, what's the like? Is there? Can you point me to a specific comic book cover that has like a definitive frost giant? I'll just type in frost giant and see what happens. I'm not opposed to drawing you a frost giant. I just want to make sure that I'm doing one that will be recognizable to people. Marvel Comics Frost Giant. What happens? It's like it's every depiction has different helmets. You know, there's no. It's like they're never drawn the same way twice. It doesn't seem like. What about was Malekith? Was Malekith? No, he's a dark elf, not a. Justice McNeil says Scarlet Witch. Yes, I am happy to draw you a Scarlet Witch. Dear Justice McNeil. Chaotic Cartoonist, I'm coming back around to you on that. I'm coming back around. Don't worry. We'll get you a Frost Giant. By and by, Chaotic Cartoonist, we will get you a Frost Giant. Where do I want to draw Wanda Maximoff? Here we go. I think Scarlet Witch may be my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe character. Is that true? I like Doctor Strange a lot too, but I don't know. I've enjoyed watching her development. I like, we always see characters go from villain to hero in these movies, but it's nice to see someone go from, well, I guess she started out villain and then she became an Avenger and then she became a villain, and so I guess she's a side switcher, I guess. A complex character, if you will. I like that a lot. Okay, there is, oops, I drew her mostly off camera. Apologies for that. Just so you know, here's what we're looking at. It's still a lot of paper to go, but I think this is a fun project, so we're going to keep at it. If you'll forgive me a second, I'm just going to do a quick TikTok update. We are still over here on YouTube drawing Marvel comic requests. Come join us. Nope, that didn't work. We are still over here on YouTube drawing Marvel comic character requests. Come join us. We are still over here on YouTube drawing Marvel comic character requests. Come join us. We are still. Okay. Back to work. Ooh, 11. I think that's our high score. I think that's the high score for this stream so far. Hi, 11th person. Oh, and we're back to 10. And we're back to 10. All right, it's time for Blade. What is the classic comic book depiction of Blade? Right, in the modern era, you wind up with so many character reinventions all the time that it's really hard to. Wow, Blade has some interesting looks through the years. Okay. I always want to see like the definitive version, you know? Hey, 11 again. Hi, 11th person. Welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, where is my definitive Blade? Okay, here goes. Whoa, why did the whole camera go kind of orange? That was interesting. Okay, let's go for Blade. Strong jaw, ears visible, hair, we're going to say kind of has a hard edge to it. Widow's peak, off to the side. Does he have sideburns? He does not have sideburns. Actually, if we wanted to be really good, we would have his hair kind of come up short, but I'm not sure I can really do that depiction of him now. Is there a way? I guess I could come in a little bit there and then have this come down. It's the trouble with drawing with pen, you know, you can't undo it. So whatever mark you make, you have to figure out how to make it work from there. I think it's okay. Again, I fret these details when I am working on the whole, on the little parts, but then by the time you're done, I'm not too worried about how any individual thing looks. Okay, and then strong goatee says up like that, around like so. Strong cheekbones. Angular sunglasses. Big collar, turtleneck. Katana sticking out over his shoulder. I feel like we probably are due for a villain or two, aren't we? I mean, we have Doc Ock and Loki and Chaos King in there, but we're probably overdue for a villain or two. Anyone have any good villain suggestions? Hi, Sand Banshee. Welcome. The one above all. I don't always draw with a pen, Sammy, but I draw with a pen when I'm streaming because I feel like it's more interesting to watch me draw with a pen. No, I would probably draw these with pencil if I was just drawing on my own. But because I'm drawing for you, I try to do what I think will be the most visually compelling. Actually, I'll take a second if you'll indulge me, I'll take a second to fill in some various areas with black. Like I know I can fill in Black Cat's outfit there. I like to do that periodically with these drawings, is just catch up on uh, the areas between the characters to really lock in the drawing. And Black Panther is going to have some information like that. Captain America I will wait for, but now I see this little opportunity to do another tentacle for Doc Ock here. Little details like that kind of seal the whole deal as far as I'm concerned. Creepy Doc Ock. Let's see, he should definitely be going behind Dagger's hair. Wanda can get a little bit more cape information there, and we can kind of finish out some of that detail. Anything else that we need? Domino, I could probably do more information, but I will hold off for the moment. Oh, interesting. Oh, because my whole camera is at an angle. That's why I thought my paper was off orientation. Thank you for those likes. I appreciate that. Living Tribunal, Mysterio. Yeah, let's do Mysterio. Not Mysteria is a. Okay, we'll come up here and say Mysterio is going to get. We'll start out with those classic Mysterio brooches. And from there, the cloak can kind of come up and over. Maybe not as perfectly round as I would like, but it will have to do because it is what is on the paper. It is drawn in pen. And how can I really sell this Mysterio? How can I make him look as good as possible? Well, shoulders are going to help. And it'd be nice looking at the reference images and how do they really handle it. They oftentimes do like a hash in there, so kind of implying the shape of his head inside. As though there's a face inside, but we can't see it. I like that approach. A little extra detailing. A little shadow under the cape there. And then he has sort of a box pattern like so. Okay, I feel okay about that Mysterio. Okay, let's see. What do we got next? Tracy Pete said Mysterio. Sammy said Mystique. Let's go for Mystique. Mystique next to Mysterio. Works for me. She may be a little bit tucked in back here, though, based on where I put that skull hairpiece. She's a little bit creeping in the shadows here. Not on purpose. No slight to Mystique. What do you think? How to do? Is that an all right Mystique? That's interesting. The scale of these characters has changed a little bit. You know, if you compare Spider-Man to Mystique, well, you could say Ant-Man is small, but okay, let's see. What am I drawing next, guys? When will I draw a Frost Giant? I will draw a Frost Giant when there is a viable way for me to do that. I just don't see how. There's no single like classic Frost Giant Marvel comics. And what do I get? I get like 5 different styles of character. So if there's a way for me to do a Frost Giant that like really looks, maybe this guy. Oh, what the heck. I'll draw this Frost Giant only because I care about you, chaotic cartoonist. So let's just do this. Immediately my brain says, wait, should I have drawn him really big? Well, whoops. I don't think the Frost Giants are necessary. Are the Frost? How big are the Frost Giants? What do we think for scale on these guys? Surely bigger than the average character, but you know, if I draw Galactus in here, I'll you know, scale him down too. Surely, in my pursuit of YouTube acclaim, I will do more Marvel Comics drawings, and I'll have a chance to do better scaled pictures over time. Chaotic Cartoonist, tell me about you and Frost Giants. What's going on? This is a You really love them, huh? Or do you think they're funny? What's your what's your draw to the frost giants? You seem to be enthusiastic about them. No judgment. We all love what we love, but I want to know why you're into frost giants. Why is this what you want to see? Sincerely asking. Okay. Like a scroll, I know what a scroll looks like ultimately, you know, like I think we can kind of say that that's I mean, it's slightly larger. No, I'm just trying to make justifications here. Okay, I'm calling that my frost giant. Yeah, Chelsea. The next one is Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'm so stoked you've been catching up. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. I'm excited you. Nice. That's so awesome you're catching up. Who's 3D man? 3D man. Aren't all men 3D? Okay, that's pretty funny. He is an Avengers guy. Let's go for 3D man. That's hilarious. It's hard to depict a guy who is 3D, or sorry, rather, the colors seem very important to his design. So it's hard to. Is there any other detail I can add to this guy that will help me make him obviously 3D man? Maybe not. Okay, that's funny. That's a pretty obscure character, I think. Austin Baxter, did you know about 3D man? Are you up on this? Marvel Comics. Speed. Let's look at speed. Speed looks a lot like his uncle. You guys think we're gonna get Speed and Wiccan on a Young Avengers team at some point in the MCU? Almost has to, right? Almost don't have a choice. even though they haven't existed in reality, but surely they do exist in the multiverse, right? That's kind of what we learned in Doctor Strange. Okay, skinny little speedster neck there. And a line like so. Okay, Austin, there is your drawing of speed. Okay, and who else are we going for? Hey, Henrique Fernandez, welcome. You're new here, right? Professor X, Professor X, Professor X. Okay, but don't spam though. I'll draw Professor X, but just don't spam, okay? Oh boy. I'm gonna go into the settings in a minute and turn off, make you have to wait a minute before you. You did not know about 3D Man, yeah. So you're not that big of a comics nerd. All right, let's go for Professor X Classic. Professor X has these weird eyebrows in the cartoon and in the comics. I've never really understood what is going on with those eyebrows. Is that an effect of his mutation, or is that just how he styles them? I've never been clear. I don't really understand. Okay, there is your Professor X. Yeah. I don't think let's do Man Thing. I don't think the Living Tribunal is that obscure. I would have jumped on the Living Tribunal already, Adam, but it's a hard one to draw because I want to draw all three faces, but you can only draw one at a time, and they just went up with this big blocky head. Let's give you a Man Thing. Some of y'all have been here for the whole time. That's awesome. I really appreciate you. We've been here for almost 80 minutes, and I just want to stand up and stretch for a second and just show you what we're looking at here. We got a lot of space left on this page. Up to there, down to there. Boy, I have bitten off. I know it's not more than I can chew, but I've bitten off a lot to chew here. But I will persist. While I stand up and stretch my butt, I'm also going to do another post to TikTok, if you'll indulge me. Come request a Marvel comic character to get put in this big drawing on YouTube. Links in my bio. Bye. Okay, another one to the story. Okay, guys, back to it. Back to drawing. Who are we going to draw next? Oops. The one above all. Oh, wait, I was going to draw Man-Thing. Man-Thing is like the most Muppety looking Marvel character. At least when I draw him, he always has kind of a, he's so organic, kind of gloopy, gloppy type of character. He's a strange one. No denying he's a strange one. How do I make him look a little bit more serious? This picture, this depiction of him I'm doing right now makes him feel a little bit goofy. And I think he should have a little bit more intensity to him. That probably just comes down to adding shadows, right? In drawings like this, I always have a hard time with the characters who have big bodies that come up over their heads. It's hard to know because you don't want to take up too much space, but also, you know, it's an important part of their design. You can't pretend that the top of Man-Thing's head is the highest part we'd be able to see unless he was standing at a very odd position. Okay, let's see. Some of the other depictions I'm seeing are kind of, one thing they do is they really shroud his face in darkness. I wonder if I might pull this trick. That's a little bit more intense, right? If I make his eyes look like they're black with little lights shining out of them, that's a bit more intense seeming. And then add more detail to him. Give him more texture. Some of these little growths, possibly. Man-Thing's a good one. Man-Thing's a challenge. You know, Spider-Man's such a established character design. You'll recognize him so easily. All right, I think I'm gonna come back to Man-Thing. Dupe. Yeah, let's do Dupe. I don't think Dupe's that obscure. I feel like Dupe is like, I feel like Dupe comes up. I feel like you got me with 3D Man. 3D Man, I think, is legitimately off the map. We were trying to when we were tagging a post earlier, Justice and I. Let's see. Show me a dupe. I just see the top of his head. Okay. He's not huge, right? Big Wheel was one we came up with. We were trying to come up with characters that are kind of comedically obscure and sort of stupid. All right, there's your dupe. Give him this little X, semi-visible. Okay. Let's see. Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck for Luca. Oh, Lucas. Sorry. Howard the Duck for Lucas. Okay. I'm drawing Howard the Duck up here. I was about to ask if you thought we'd ever get a Howard the Duck in the MCU, but then I remembered Howard the Duck is already well established in the MCU. He's been in a couple of movies. That's really crazy. The things they've pulled off with this Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm still in awe of it. I think it's such a crazy, massive accomplishment. Okay. Can I teach how to make Mysterio? Sure. You know what? I think that's kind of a novel, quick thing to do. Here you go, Luca. All right, here's what I want you to do for Mysterio. 2 diamonds, spaced about so apart. Okay. And then, let's see, pull this back out. All right, and then go like this across. Not too bad. Coming out the other side. And then ultimately what you really want to do is create a curve across here that kind of floats from just slightly up from those 2 diamonds. And then the circle is going to be the hardest part. I'll get this one better than I got the first one. And this is just going to come with practice and time to get your circle right. Coming up out of here. And you want to make it feel like the cloak kind of wraps around the back of him there. And then coming off the side, We'll go like that. Another one out that way. And then these lines can just kind of continue curving in. It's kind of a relief to take a second to just draw an individual character on one sheet. Make those folds. All right, and then what I did for my Mysterio here was trace around. You can kind of imagine you're doing a circle with a missing part of it like that. You could even do another missing part if you wanted. When you're doing these reflective things, you can sort of leave parts missing. And then I just sort of figured, I tried to make these diagonal lines fit inside of where I think his head would be, inside of that fish bulb. Do a quick eyeball shape. Put a pupil in there. And then for his body, it's really, I won't draw his whole body right now, but you're basically figuring it's just a checker pattern. So draw a straight line coming down, and then from there, his lines are going to kind of curve out. At some point, you might want to kind of have it go like so to imply the shoulders. But even then, the shoulders are still going to kind of curve down like so. And then we'll go across, 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 up to that place where you made these little guys, because then I think it might kind of benefit you to curve them the other direction, just to kind of create a little bit more visible distinction between the chest and the shoulders. That's how I would do it. And then for the sake of making it pop and have contrast, I'd find places to add big dark areas into your drawing. I saw a lot of this, like you can just kind of create a semi-round shape on that sphere to imagine there's something dark in front of him reflecting off of the bulb or the fish bowl on his head. And you could even decide to do something like that. Finding nice areas to add more darkness, you know, on the bottoms of things. So the bottom line of his cloak up here, or creating almost a shadow beneath his brooches there, or even on the outside of his upper cloak there. That's how I would draw Mysterio. Okay, back to work, Sumser. I mean, Cartoon Ray. Okay, I do want to make sure I get a couple of requests off of the TikTok, because I did say I would use the Spider-Man post to get some of my requests. And let's see, the most requested thing on TikTok is Morbius. Let's do comic Morbius. Okay, and for Morbius, we want to go, I'm going with like classic, first appearance Morbius. We'll put him in up here. Anyone actually see Morbius? I feel like no one actually saw it. I did not see it. I probably will never see it. I only sort of saw Venom, to be honest with you. I have very little faith in Sony to make a good movie. And Venom 2, did I see it? I don't think I actually saw Venom 2, if I'm being honest. I am a Marvel fanboy, fan person, but you know, only when I know that they're gonna have the quality to back up the work. Big, goofy Morbius eyes. That's a fun thing about this this Cartoon Ray experiment I've been doing. You know, up until maybe 2 months ago, I had never drawn Morbius. I've actually drawn Morbius a bunch of times. That's not true. I'd actually drawn Morbius a few times for Spider-Man pieces I've done in the past. But I feel a lot more comfortable drawing Morbius now. Like, I'm not saying I could draw him from memory, but it feels pretty natural to draw Morbius now. Exposed chest, big collar. Okay, let's see. Meek from Planet Hulk, since he's one of your favorite Marvel characters. Is Meek in the comics too? Meek, Marvel Comics. Meek is in the comics. I did not know that. Also, hi, Tangalang-a-lang. Tangalang-a-lang. I did get it right. Let's go for it. Or is it Mike? Am I pronouncing it correctly? I'm sure I'm not. Okay. Standard lips coming down here. Jagged teeth. Nothing visible behind them. It seems like this is a character who has not fully had their chance to become something inside of the MCU. I mean, I know he's been in Ragnarok and in Endgame, but was he in? I mean, has he really had like a heroic moment or like a character defining moment? I feel like he's just sort of characterized as like a Thor groupie, you know? Tell me if I'm wrong. He's one of your favorite characters, Tangalang-a-lang. You'll know better than I will. Also, he seems more stocky in the comics. I think of him as being kind of a thin little bug guy in the movies. Okay, I'll call that Meek Mike. I'm gonna do. Let's see. I could take another request from Doorman. Oh my God, Dillipo. How have I not done Wolverine? Right? Let's go for Wolverine. I actually think it's kind of cool that we got this far without without drawing Wolverine. Gotta have him. I mean, I love Wolverine, but I still think it's cool that, there's such a wide variety of Marvel characters that we don't only just draw Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk right away. We did do Spider-Man right away, for the record. He was the third character drawn in here. Actually, that's a good question. I want to know what my total number of characters is. Anyone want to do a count? I'll do it in a few minutes if nobody else wants to, but I'll give you a wide image. You can tell me if you choose to, if you care to, you can count them and tell me how many I have. Otherwise, I'll do it myself. Don't feel like you have to. Wolverine needs a little bit of wear and tear on his face, and he needs stubble because Wolverine never just shaved, right? I mean, sometimes, presumably, he must have, but okay, we've been going for almost 2 hours, you guys. 2 hours for, it's not 2 hours, it's an hour and 40 minutes. And we've got, I'd say, not yet really a quarter of this picture filled in. We may be in trouble because at some point I might have to leave to go take care of my life a little bit. That's okay. Let's see. Ghost Rider, Sabretooth. I'll do Dr. Doom. I taught this in a class the other day, this little chain technique. How I think about it when I'm just doing quick chain work like that. Let's see, I would like to be able to see this image a bit better if I can. And then what did I learn about his mouth recently? It actually kind of has a hole in the middle and then like that. I'm not sure what's actually going on inside of there, but I think it's an interesting design. More information around his face. I think that's actually kind of okay. Not a terrible Dr. Doom. I'll accept it. We got Howard the Duck. He is right there, Paul Curley. You got anything else? Dude, Beatrice, that's awesome. Thank you. That's so great. Let's, in celebration of that, let's draw you a Groot. But it's going to be a comic Groot. Oh, wow. That's classic Groot is a whole different kind of creature, isn't he? That's funny. If you ever want to see something, see a funny thing, look up original comic book Groot. I'll go for something a little bit more modern inspired. Only because I think that the classic version is a little bit unrecognizable. Okay, there is your Groot. Give him a little bit more eye definition. That's actually a fairly movie-ish Groot. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Hey, thanks, Justice. Glad you like it. How are you doing today, Justice McNeil? Daredevil. Let's go for Daredevil. Daredevil to me tends to be a similarly unshaven superhero to Wolverine. I actually expect Spider-Man to be generally rocking a 5 o'clock shadow under the mask too, just based on their tendency towards ceaseless pursuit of injustice. Coming in to finish a little bit of detail work down here. Give Mike a bit more shell. Okay, did I draw him off camera? I may have been drawing him off camera. Let's get a little bit better situated here. Okay, let's see. Well, since there's 10 of you, 9 of you, thank you. I may ask your... Bye, Lucas. See ya. Thanks for being here. I may ask your... not permission, but I may ask for your blessing to take a break in about 10 more minutes. I think I may have to stop and go get a couple of things done and take care of myself a bit. So why don't we get... I'll take the next comment that comes in and I'll draw that. And I'll do a couple more after that for anyone who's here. And then I will tap out for a while, if that's okay. Even if it's not okay. I am asking for your blessing, but maybe not your permission exactly. Thanks, Justice. That's one person. Who do you guys want to see? I'm doing okay, Justice. I'm tired. I'm a little bit worn out, but you know, nothing that a little bit of time off won't help. No one commenting. Then I am going to draw good old Hawkeye. There we go. Justice already got Spider-Man. He is right there. Austin Baxter says Hawkeye. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate your support. No, I don't want Disney Plus Hawkeye. I want classic comic Hawkeye. And I'm going to keep him sort of far away from... Thanks, Beatrice. I love that. How did I get so lucky as to have people who watch my videos who actually care about and encourage me to do things that are good for me? It's pretty rare, I think. Or maybe it just seems rare, but it feels fortunate anyway. Hawkeye with that big... I don't know why he's looking over this direction. He's got the... Hawkeye is like Wolverine and Captain America combined into one costume, sort of. Thanos. Good one. Wait, who's Aurigo? I'll do Thanos, and then I'm going to look at Aurigo. Adam Hebb with the deep cuts. Okay, I'm still on camera. That is good. I love that about Thanos' character design in the comics. The light shining out from the dark eyes. It's a feature, anytime you see little light eyes coming out, really love that. Lights in the darkness. I don't know why that's such a favorite feature of character design to me, but it really is. Okay, Thanos, and let's go for, who do we have? You do? That's cool. Oh, Austin Baxter deleted somebody. Let's look at Origo. Okay, that's hilarious. What is Origo? Interesting. Dude, Adam Hebb and Austin Baxter, I feel like you guys should be friends. You both coming up with some deep cuts. Origo looks a lot like the Thing in certain depictions. Let's go for... All right, let's see if I can't do two big circle eyes. Maybe I should have done the Frost Giants similarly large. Origo is kind of like the Fantastic Four's Thing with Jake the dog from Adventure Time's eyes. Okay, and okay. Classic. I have to add the word classic to every single search I do because the classic depictions are the most sort of straightforward ones, you know? Every comic book creator in the history of the medium has taken other people's characters and tried to do something new and original with them. But you have to go and look at that source material to see what they were working from. Hi, Justice.
Hi, Ray.
I'm drawing the Thing and then I'm taking a break.
Nice. Would you be interested in more coffee?
Sure, coffee sounds great. It's a very happy looking thing. Giraffe man, please. Okay, guys. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back again. Maybe not too soon, but inevitably. And I just want to say thank you all for being here, and thank you for just being awesome. And I hope that you go and have a great day, and do something to take care of yourself too. I'm gonna go take care of myself a little bit. I hope you also do something good for yourself. Let me see if I can get this so you can see all the work we did in this drawing session. Started down here with Loki. You know what? I'll go on for a little bit this evening at least. I won't necessarily finish, but I'll be on this evening at least. I'll post on TikTok and Instagram and let you know when I'll be here. But I'll come back in the evening and draw at least a little bit more tonight. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.